Before joining Moon Knight, Ethan Hawke was very vocal about not wanting to work with Marvel Studios and calling them out for many of the problems that they have, specifically ones that center around directors. Now, of course, I think most of you know that Ethan Hawke has a pretty good working relationship with one of his best friends, Scott Derrickson, who directed the first Doctor Strange. Well, after appearing in Moon Knight as Arthur Harrow, now that some time has gone by, Hawke is back to slamming Marvel Studios with a specific reason as to why he feels the way that he does. So this was from an interview that Ethan Hawke did with IndieWire, and they specifically bring up all the criticisms tossed at Marvel Studios and how he specifically feels about it. And he noted that you see people like Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola who go out there and state what they feel. And he believes that they should be able to tell their side of it because it's necessary in the environment that we live in today, and also the Hollywood machine, you know. Obviously, many people will keep quiet because they're hoping to secure a job. He says that he agrees with them because there is this disconnect at Marvel Studios where if you're a director, you're treated differently than the actors, and that they specifically treat actors way better than they actually treat the directors. And this can become a problem. And he says that one of the reasons that he wanted to join Moon Knight was due to the contract that he was offered, because he could protect himself and he didn't want to do a long-term commitment. On top of this, he feels like that there's many people over at Marvel Studios, like directors, who don't get the same benefit, where once you hand over your directorial duties, they're free to do whatever they want and the film will be cut up and they'll do whatever they want with it, essentially. Even if you shot an additional hour worth of scenes, which we know many directors have done, it doesn't matter. If the mandate calls for 2 hours, it's getting to 2 hours and you have no say. And at least as an actor, you can kind of, go in a little bit of a different direction and see if it works. As a director, as he says, you don't really get that opportunity. You're in there and you're doing what they tell you, and the group there, as he says, is extremely actor-friendly and not so director-friendly because of all of this. And other directors have talked about it, and he feels the same way. And he says that this is mainly due to Kevin Feige understanding how this works and knowing that the algorithm will favor the actors and everything like that, so they lean into it. But again, he feels like that's a little bit strange, but that's the way it goes. And he says he would say more, but he's got a non-disclosure agreement, so he can't really talk about anything further without being sued into the ground, so he'll leave it at that. And there's nothing more to add to this. We know about Marvel Studios and directors. And we now know what happens if you let a director do what they want. Chloe Zhao. People will hate the film. So what are you supposed to do? Either fall in line and make a MCU film that feels like the MCU, or be left to your own devices, make a film that's your own, and then people don't like you for it. Crazy.